earthy stuff.
Are you getting earthy stuff? By the way, I was getting more tannins in that 16, but I did also have quite a bit in my glass that I try to gulp down. That's not good. A little bit about old...
We need a traveling dump bucket.
No, I'm the traveling dump bucket.
I don't think that's a good idea.
We're not driving tonight. Old world wines and new world wines, they differ in several ways. They differ.
See, already?
It's been a long week, right? Are you ready to wind down? Why not? It's time for the Wine Time Fridays podcast with Shelley and Phil. Neither are sommeliers, but both have a deep passion for life, each other, and of course, delicious wine. And now, here to talk about this week over a glass of wine is Shelley and Phil. It's wine time.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Wine Time Fridays with Shelley and Phil on this Friday, September 1st. Football season for all of you watching on YouTube, the thousands and thousands of viewers that we have. I've got my Game Time football shirt on.
And if you're in Canada, it's already pumpkin spice season.
And if you're in Canada, which is where we're recording this from, the Rough Riders, the Saskatchewan Rough Riders are having a dismal season. But they had a bye last week when we were there, last weekend, and so they didn't lose. That's good. And happy Friday. It's wine time.
We brought our bell.
That's why we look a little disheveled. It's been a fairly long day, but that's okay. We have an old friend in our glass for our reception wine.
J-Lore, which has been open
Chardonnay.
for a couple of days, so.
No, just last night. That's not so bad. Yeah, football season starts this weekend. Huskies play tomorrow. USC played last week, thumped San Jose State. Sorry, Jay. These things happen. And then the Seahawks play this weekend. So, good times. We love football season. The center, what does the center do?
He flicks the ball.
He flicks the ball. And he snaps it too. So, we have got, because today is National Chianti Day, we have a Chianti Classico, but there will be the third wine that we taste. We're going to taste two others. We've got a Washington Sangiovese, which would be, it's also, we're doing our series, New World versus Old World. And so we have Sangiovese from Washington State, which we really like. And we also have an Old World Sangiovese, but not from Chianti. So we have three different Sangios that we're going to taste tonight. And Shelley's got some info on that second one from Italy. That's not, it's actually very interesting. But let's not waste any more time.
You're hiding the labels from people?
No. When I show them
When
what it
you
is,
show
yeah,
them.
I'll turn them. Yeah, absolutely. So this one is from a friend of ours who just opened a brand new wine lounge in Coeur d'Alene. You've heard him on
Two of us.
three different episodes. Yes, one from the basement of Beverly's, one up in the owner's box, and at the new place, Lola Wine Lounge.
So Sam Lang.
Sam Lang, thank you, Sam. This is a 2016 Rosso di Montalcino, and he actually has had this. He may be out because this is kind of a special wine. Oh no, Shelley. Oh no. We need to drink our wine. Like, I knew. No, you, right? Okay.
I can't drink things that fast.
Ooh.
All right, so.
Yep.
This is the 2016 Tenuta San Giorgio Ciampoleto Rosso di Montalcino. $35 at Lola Wine. This one, so we haven't really talked about New World versus Old World yet, but this is an Old World wine made in a New World style.
That's really, really interesting.
Right, and so this one would not age as well as a typical Old World Sangiovese Chianti kind of thing.
2016. There we go. And we'll put that right there for y'all to see. Okay. Yeah, so $35
At Lola.
at Lola Wine Lounge in Coeur d'Alene, right next to.
Can you get it by the glass?
You can. There
So you can get
6
quite
and
a
9.
few
Yeah.
wines by the glass at Lola. Which
Yeah,
is
that's
nice.
fantastic.
So you can
I love
experiment
that.
with your wine.
Yep, I'm just looking. Here we are, right here. So you can get a 3-ounce pour for $5, and that's about
Okay.
what we have here is a 3-ounce pour.
Right.
And then you can get a 6-ounce pour for $9, and then a 9-ounce pour for $13. 6 ounce is kind of your typical 5 to 6 ounce. Oh, it's got a nice nose. To health, wealth, and abundance, gratitude, romance, and
Peace on earth. So this one, I guess, because it's made in the New World style, it is more fruity than Old World Sangiovese or Chianti.
it's got a nice finish too.
It does.
This is 7 years old, guys.
So ripe berries, fresh and fruity. It's still got some alcohol on it.
Yeah, what is the alcohol? Because I'm getting a lot of heat on this, to be honest with you. We're at 13.5.
So I think that's a little higher alcohol than an Old World would be generally. And they're saying this pairs well with game meats, pasta, duck, coq au vin, steak, and risottos.
You said
Really nice.
gamey meats.
Game meats.
Yeah, it seems like that would be.
I don't think. So they're saying it pairs well with steak. Normally, Sangioveses are really not.
Yeah, not
known to
necessarily,
pair
right.
with steak.
I think that this one has some weight. It might be able to. This needs to be drank now, though. And if you go into Lola,
You need a dump bucket.
that would be me. I'm sure we have an ice bucket. Right now we're in Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada.
Yes, yeah.
And you know what? We need to give a shout out right now to Allison and to
Chantal?
and to Shannon.
Yeah.
Did I get that right? Shannon? I think it was Shannon. Yep. At the liquor store in Kindersley,
Yes.
which was not in Alberta. That was in Saskatchewan. Was that in Alberta?
That would be Alberta.
We crossed over.
I think
They were very nice. Yeah, they were pretty excited to hear their name.
So you have to go to liquor stores to buy your wines.
Yeah.
And beers, I think. Yeah. And other liquors.
Really?
I don't think there's no beer in the
Well,
grocery stores. Not like
and why were we in that liquor store?
we're buying a wine, a Canadian wine, because it's
Next week
Next
we're
week
gonna
we're
we're
gonna
gonna
talk
try
about
2 Canada wines from Canada, and one that we've had for probably 8 to 10 years.
hopefully that's
That-
gonna be okay. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully it's fine. You know, honestly,
Anyway, this is very nice.
it is nice. This is very drinkable. By the way, Sangiovese is very drinkable.
Sangiovese generally made to be paired with food, not really to stand alone. I don't think I'd sit on the patio having a Sangiovese.
You know,
Maybe in an evening with some hors d'oeuvre or something.
I can't wait to check this one out from Columbia Valley because this is fruity, but to me it has an old world kind of flavor to it, which I really
yeah.
appreciate.
It is old world. It's
right.
just a newer stuff.
But it has that kind of hint of that. What was I going to say? I can't remember. Oh, so when we were down in California at some point a long time ago, we did a tasting of, I think it was a Sangio tasting, or was it a Chianti? Whatever it was, we went to Wine Exchange.
Oh.
Remember that? Mm-hmm. And we were like, I don't know.
Really like
I don't know. And then they started blending a few of these with 10% Merlot or 12% Cabernet Sauvignon. And all of a sudden, I like this. But the thing is, Shelley said, is this is absolutely food wine, period. This is really good with food. I think this would be fine on the deck leading up to the food.
Maybe not.
Should we move on to the next one?
Yes, let's do.
Okay, this is going to be a tough night for me. Can you open this one, Shelley?
I think I can. New World style.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm not going to be pouring as much of this
Thank
one
you.
and the next one. Well, I thank me too.
Go ahead.
That's got some tannins.
That.
The one we just had.
Yeah, it could be lied down.
It sure can.
Even though it's a 2016.
Yeah.
It could still be laid down, yes.
This is a little purpley. This is a 2020 Sangiovese, I believe 100%, Columbia Valley, Cavatappi.
Sangiovese.
Columbia Valley.
So-
it says Walla Walla on it,
So
too.
Chiantis are Sangiovese, but remember that in Europe, you name them
By the
after
region.
the region they come from. So the Sangiovese is the grape, the Chianti is the region.
Hashtag. Cheersing.
Interesting. This is more fruit forward.
Very fruit forward. This is a Sangio a style that I really like.
And yep, that's more fruity, but still a lot of tannins. Still could be lied down a while.
It's 2020.
Cherries,
Yeah.
earthy stuff,
Are you getting earthy stuff? By the way,
and tannins.
I was getting more tannins in that 16,
No.
but I did also
Right
have
on.
quite a bit in my glass that I try to gulp down. That's not good. A little bit about
We
old.
need a traveling dump bucket.
No, I'm the traveling dump
I
bucket.
don't think that's a good idea.
we're not driving tonight. Old world wines and new world wines, they differ in several ways. They differ.
See already.
I just want to go home. Differ in several ways, including their regions of
Isn't that what
production.
my daughter said?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I just want to get out of this.
Last weekend we helped
For
load
some
her daughter Katie and her son Alex. Well, Timmy wasn't there, but there was a hospital run on Saturday. The next day she couldn't get the trunk open. I just want to
Of the
leave this
rental.
country.
Yeah. Anyways.
We gave her a bottle of Pinot. There you go.
Okay.
She's happy.
So we don't know that yet. So old world wines are generally from Europe. So France, Italy, Spain, Portugal, Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia, things like that.
Is Czechoslovakia still a country?
I think so.
Really?
And New World would be outside of Europe. So the U.S., Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, South America, those are considered New World wines.
So your Argentines and Chiles would still be considered New World.
Yeah,
Interesting. Yeah, nice. I like that.
I know, it's crazy. And then Old World wines, they tend to they grow grape varieties in specific places that people before them believe will grow well. And
That's right.
There are laws what you can
There are
grow
laws.
in specific regions, and they name the wines after the regions. They usually have lower alcohol levels than new ones, and they go more with tradition method, and they highlight the terroir. Whereas New World, higher alcohol levels,
Typically,
they focus on innovation.
which we like.
And then they're generally more fruitier.
And they highlight the grapes as varietals instead of You didn't say that.
I didn't say that,
Oh, okay.
but that's good.
Yeah.
Instead
Yay.
of terroir.
I said
Although
something.
I've seen a lot of New World wine people talking about highlighting the terroir.
There's less laws in the New World.
Well, yeah.
And that's what's good
Well, there
because
aren't those laws.
what you said, it promotes innovation, creativity, a little experimentation. I think that's fantastic, but the tradition of Old World, that can't be lost. That is really good too. But like in Bordeaux or Burgundy, man, you have to grow these grapes. Period. End of story.
Well, the ones you're legally allowed to grow, but actually they're changing that a little bit, as we've mentioned before, because of climate changes.
Yep.
they've added some more varieties.
This one's about a $15 wine.
It's nice.
That we got where?
Terroir. Speaking of terroir.
Speaking of
Trevor's,
terroir, we got
Trevor's
terroir
shop.
fine wines. Yeah.
Terroir.
So thank you to Trevor for turning us onto this. By the way, this is probably the least expensive wine of the bunch, and it's really delicious. Yeah.
It is.
All of these three wines are going to be different.
This one is 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 100% Sangiovese.
Okay, that's less that I have to finish. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get kind of into why we're doing this episode. And we have a little bit of stories. My daughter did not help at all with this, other than to send us the wine. But
that was very helpful.
I'm going to finish this, and we'll see you in a sec. Welcome back to Wine Time Fridays with Shelley and Phil. September 1. We are going to open a bottle that this is how it's traveled.
This is how it traveled.
She sang in public.
No, that's not singing.
It is, and it's not going anywhere. It's staying. My daughter...
We are Santa.
Oh my God. That's been in my mind. And now because it's in Shelley's mind, she's making me pay for it. Lindsay and Brian went on a sabbatical. We spent some time in Italy. And, we had a sparkling rosé, if I'm not mistaken. Was it sparkling rosé? Mm-hmm. And so from them, they sent us 6 bottles of wine. That's worthy of that. Mm-hmm. And so they sent them to me when I was in California. I, in turn, packed the crap out of them in my bag and luggage to go up to North Idaho. And in turn, put them down in the cellar, which is great. They rested nicely.
Now they've come to Canada.
Now we've stuck this
probably
one.
the most traveled wines in the world.
We stuck this one.
And they're going back to the U.S. tomorrow.
Yes.
As an open bottle.
As an open bottle. But this is, it's now made its way to Canada. I would venture to guess they don't have a whole lot of Chianti in Canada. They probably do at the nicer restaurants in like Montreal and Toronto and things like that.
Well,
maybe Vancouver, things like that.
Sure.
But this is a 2019. You want to say what this is? Well, I show the viewers on YouTube.
I don't speak Italian.
You speak French. That's close.
No, it's not. Castello de Rampolla Chianti Classico. Chianti Classico.
That's right.
Yes.
And this is for National Chianti Day, right, which is today. So,
nice.
Thank you, Lindsay and Brian.
Thank you.
To Lindsay and Brian, and to Hilda and Gary.
Yes.
Yes. Your mom and your mom. Sorry, your mom and your bro.
That's very nice.
Gosh,
very
this is going to be laid down too.
Lots of tannins. I can't even talk. There's that much tannins.
It's about a 42. What I could find, it's about a $42 bottle of wine. It is available in the States, but somewhere on the East Coast, so I was able to get a price on it. Man, my mouth is still puckering.
I know. These come from cellars dating back to the 13th century.
Wow. Cool. That's awesome. That's what you get in Old World, by the way. Mm-hmm. You will not get that in New World wine. Mm-hmm. Period. Lindsay and Brian did this whole Tuscany thing, and God bless them. They're like, would my dad and Shelley like this? So they lined up 6 and sent them. Now they're in Burning Man. Hope they come back.
Now they're in Burning Man.
If you'll notice behind us, right here, well, actually, I'm going to move this forward. This is Shelley's mom, one of her paintings.
That's a cute one. She never painted cute paintings.
Yeah. So, look on the back.
I know, it's for Gary.
Oh, that's even better. I didn't know.
So, things you would pair.
Wow, that was quick segue out.
We only have a few minutes. What would you pair with the Sangiovese?
This one.
Chianti?
This one.
Pasta with red sauce.
Oh, man.
Definitely.
God.
Creamy mushroom.
We should go
risotto.
have spaghetti somewhere tonight
No.
and bring... No, okay.
It's too late. And we wouldn't be able to take it. Grilled vegetables would be really good. And if you're doing a charcuterie, this would be good with prosciutto. I'm not sure what cheese this would be good with. The blue cheese, maybe? I'm not really
I think
sure.
blue cheese would be really good with this. Do you see the light changing? As we're doing
Parmesan
this?
would go good with Parmesan.
So, Caesar salad.
Yeah, well...
I think so.
no.
A little bit. How about a chicken Caesar salad?
How about duck Caesar salad?
It would go well with duck, for sure. What else do we have in the old world versus new world? Labeling, tradition, everything.
Coming up.
Oh my gosh, you are killing me. Shelley just wants to have dinner right now. What do we have? Oh, did I put in the notes what we have not talked about? The Naked Wines Wine Word of the Week.
No, we have not.
Can you do that?
Veraison.
Veraison.
Veraison. Which is the color of the change in the color of the grapes. Oh, you're growing a grape.
No, but that's happening right now.
I know.
Yeah, that's happening right now in September in many parts of the wine world, whether it's California, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Europe, whatever. We're right in the wheelhouse of that change where the grapes start turning color and the winemakers, they start getting on edge. They start going and plucking those grapes and they pop out the insides and they taste it and they're testing for bricks and all of that stuff because now it really these things can change in a 24-hour period. So that's pretty cool. I think this is a really good word. I can't remember where I found it or why, but it is exactly right now where we are.
Right, and we are starting to see some color changes in the leaves up in Canada, so that's not a real good sign. It's not even September second week or anything.
No. So some wines that we enjoyed this week, I'm going to have to lean on you. Do we have them there?
Small and Small.
What?
Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, that was really good. That was a Gary V wine, I think.
And Maryvale Pinot Noir. We had some other wines,
Yeah.
but they were given to us when we were just having chats. We don't know what they are specifically.
No, that's right. When we were up here. I wanted to say a couple things. Next week, I know I teased this last week, but we are going to do this next week because we wouldn't do it justice this week, but we are going to highlight an organization for our what we're going to be calling Wine Time Fridays Charity Sips, a toast to good deeds. Okay, we're not going to tell you what that is. We know what it is. It's on the list, but we didn't do enough. I mean, we know them pretty well, but we want to shed perfect light on them.
Perfect light.
Yeah,
Look at the light coming in.
I know this is really cool. We could do this.
And we missed the northern lights. They were out there.
3 nights, but it was a little smoky last night, so we
Yeah.
didn't see them.
No.
We were pretty bummed. Up here in Canada, the northern lights are almost common.
Not that common.
Well, they're pretty common. There were 3 nights when we were up here.
But it's specific times. So
Okay.
There's like a northern lights chart.
Speaking of Canada, what we have coming next week. Oh, Canada.
I don't sing.
You did on this episode already. What are you
We are
grabbing your notes for?
Santa's elves.
Oh my God. Coming up also in the future, International Grenache Day, which is always the third Friday in September. Orange Wine Day, we will have an orange wine. That's October 6th, Pinotage Day. The 14th of October, which is the second Saturday in October. Kelly and Chris Sparkman with Sparkman Cellars were 98.6%. Is not 98.6 is what your temperature should be? Mm-hmm. Okay. 98.6% sure they're going to be with us on the 15th of September. And a big thank you to our sponsors today, 3D Kitchens by Design, CDA Gourmet, Bottle Joy, and J. Bookwalter Wines. Shelley.
They have some wine called Readers.
They do, Readers. That's well placed. With a little bit of knowledge on Old World versus New World, wine becomes a lot less overwhelming. Thank you for joining us. See you next week. Have an awesome weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Tinkle, 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 tinkle. Tinkle, 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 tinkle.
I liked this better.
What?
This is a much better bell.
Dingle, dingle, dingle.
Thank you for spending part of your day to wind down with Shelley and Phil. Remember, you can listen to any episode of the Wine Time Fridays podcast by visiting winetimefridays.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And join us on our Wine Time Fridays Facebook page, Instagram, or on Twitter, which is @VintageTweets, for daily conversation. Until next week, here's our toast to you. To health, wealth, abundance, gratitude, peace on earth, and of course, romance.